Hello everyone and welcome to another Artcast. Tonight we're just going to be looking at yet another commission piece, actually. This is two OC characters by one... Let me actually look this up. I'm sorry, I forgot who did this. Cage Creature. His two OCs, which were very fun to draw. And I just called it the duo when I uploaded it. It's a sort of snake-like creature who's a shapeshifter with a big old, a very stylized scythe. And then a really fun sort of chameleon character with two arms, one red and one blue. And yeah, I just got up early one morning and saw that in my queue and decided to get to work. And of course, we were watching the rest of Moonbeam City. That was a very sad morning because I remember someone saying, "Oh, actually, this series is really cool. I'm sorry I didn't watch it online. I didn't watch it. I'm going to go and watch the rest of the series." And it turns out he said that during the final episode, so that was sad. Do the whole episode in echo mode. Do the whole episode in echo mode. Do it, you won't. Hey, what's up, Johnny 2x4? What's going on? And Uncanny, how's it going, Will? Werewolf. Okay. Now, yeah, what I wanted to show you was... Ooh, will that show up? No, it will not, because I've got VLC as the... I was trying to do something weird with my laptop. It wouldn't... The go live button. I started the stream like maybe 30 minutes ago. 35 now. And the go live button just wouldn't come on. It was so weird. And then, I guess it's okay because now we can play with this. This is the... We'll play with the voice changing VMod Pro. Okay, I'm not going to hear my own voice.
Didn't sound like, oh, hello.
I originally bought this because I was hoping it would give a convincing female voice. I have that character, Princess Melanie, and people are always saying, "Hey, do something with that character again." I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm not really in the right place to hire someone right now, and I'm thinking, it would be better if I could just do my own voice for her. But then I got to figure out how to tweak. I'm thinking maybe I can download one of these programs and tweak my voice. But the problem is, let's go to woman.
As you can probably hear, that it's very disturbing. This is the man to woman 2 setting, and I don't quite care for it. There's this weird distortion. You can play with the levels, but no matter how much you play with it, you'll always have this weird, sort of bizarre distortion.
This is Man to Woman 1, and I think it's actually even worse than Man to Woman 2. This thing is, like, really good for creating really uncanny voices, but nothing actually believable. Like, here's Ghost.
Now, it sort of has this weird echo, like I'm ethereal. I guess I don't need to add the because the voice does it for me. So yeah, they've always got like new voices coming in and out.
Here's Santa Claus. How does Santa Claus sound? Yeah, Santa Claus is really echoey. That's not Santa Claus. It's just kind of space.
What is Space Men? Yeah, that's... Ow. No. That sounds like it's really echoey. And that doesn't sound like Spaceman. I paid $20 for a lifetime license, and they charge you $7 for a monthly fee. So I figured I just buy it, and then I don't know, play with it. There are some really neat voices. I think Cybertune.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Cybertune sounds pretty good. But like I said, it's more of an uncanny voice than it is an actually practical one. Engine, I don't even know what engine is.
Hello. Huh? Huh? Hello. That's nothing. Actually, you know what? It makes me sound like a transformer, doesn't it? Yeah, it makes me sound like a Decepticon. So then there's drone. What is drone? Hmm. A lot of these are just robots. A lot of these are okay. Here's walkie-talkie. And no, no. That just volume warning. Here, right here. Hello. God, it sounds like it sounds like a walkie-talkie, but the volume is like way too harsh. Here's hello? That's cop radio. That's pretty much just the same thing. What's evil?
I'm evil. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'm already.
Bored with this. What's a good one? Baby. Oh, hey.
Here's Boo. Here's Baby. And, one thing that you're hearing is that the computer will actually slow down the voice in real time. And that's called, I guess, intelligence. So, yeah.
Here's auto tune, which actually doesn't sound that bad. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of. I'll find something to do with these, but I don't think it's not exactly what I wanted, which is a damn shame because what I wanted was the ability to. Voice mod is running in the background. Let's just turn you off all the way now. So yeah, that's one thing I want. I think I literally bought that before I started working on this because I wanted to figure out a way to do those voices. The thing about voice mod is that it works in real time, so you can do live streams as a character. So. But it kind of reminds me of Facial Rig, where there was a program on Steam, ironically enough, where you could download files and characters, but it was like a red panda and a dragon and dogs and stuff like that. And then you had to also buy a license if you wanted to actually stream that and make money off of your streams. I didn't buy it because I did a little research and I was like, oh wow, you can make your own characters. Maybe you can load in your own models. And it's like, no, it turned out that was extremely difficult to do that with the program. It was just meant to be this really weird plug and play kind of thing. And again, you had to buy a license. But if that ever got popular, then you'd be buying a license for all these. There would be 100 red pandas running around, and that would not be cool. Yo man, CR, my boy, started playing Worms nowadays. Yeah, I played Worms last night. It was pretty fun. Oh, also, my new pen came today, and boy, oh god, it feels so good. And now it doesn't feel like, I don't know, it just feels smoother. There's not this weird disconnect, and I can finally just start working again. When I was drawing this, again, you can sort of see that I had to. The lines are the sketch work is a lot thicker than I would actually had liked it to be. because again, I was losing the pen was falling apart, so that was making it sort of tough. But these are actually some really cool character designs. I went with the actual color palette when you see it when I start to finish. But when I went with the actual color palette, um, hmm. I saw the doctor today. Oh, okay, Scott. Um, yeah, maybe just kind of. I don't know. The colors maybe be a little. If I had to actually give an honest critique, I say maybe the colors on the snake girl needed to pop a little bit more, and I just don't know. These definitely have some potential. Especially, I like the Chameleon character. Had a lot of fun drawing the form. What's this going on? Dude, I saw Justice League Dark War on Apocalypse, and oh my god, was it freaking brutal. Though the ending was eh. I heard about, well, I saw like a YouTube post about the ending. I guess it was implied the Flash did some stuff again. I'm sorry, I'm watching Moonbeam City in the corner, and it's really interesting going. No, close. How? Okay, hold on a second. How long was I quiet? Or did it just go quiet when I turned off the board? Here, let me make a mark of that. Do I even have them? Do I even have any of it connected? Hold on a second. There we go. There. I'll know what to do. About a couple minutes, that's fine. I can skip. Yeah, that's what happened when I turned off voice mod, then it turned off the sort of in-computer line of audio, the digital audio line going from voice mod to the microphone, or something like that. It's an inline video connection, and now you're just hearing the straight microphone. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Justice League. Yeah, that whole little miniature series, I think, started with War, which I actually didn't really like that much. I didn't care for that characterization of Green Lantern. Although I did like the fact that it just displayed that Superman is completely overpowered. Although Batman wasn't too worried about fighting him because he, one, already knew his secret identity, and two, confirmed that he does not kill. But yeah, I didn't quite care for that. I didn't quite care for the first movie in that series. I never really dug the style a lot. But I think it went from there to like Atlantis Attacks or something. Man, let's just look it up. That's what we got YouTube for. I mean, that's what we've got the internet for. Justice League Dark. Oh, okay. That was Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Now what we want is, well, yeah, we can look through this. I'm sure it'll link us to the other movies. Direct to video. An adaptation of the Dark Side War. It is a sequel to Justice League Dark, which actually I didn't mind. I actually like that one. Yeah, we're gonna play Worms after we get this done. Um, we do an art cast first and then worms. Plot. Let's see. There's got to be a list of all the. Okay, in the film, the Justice League, the Teen Titans. Okay. Come on, it pretty much just takes place in the same universe, right? But I'm not getting like a list. It is the 5th and final film in the DC animated universe. I didn't even know that was a thing. I guess they were trying to make like a side universe for the actual MCU. Okay, the films include Justice League Flashpoint, and then Justice League War. So wait, Flashpoint came before War? Yeah. Huh. Okay. That's weird. I could have sworn that Flashpoint came after War. But I wasn't paying attention, and that's the way it worked out. And then you got Son of Batman, which introduced Damian. I mean, people knew about Damian. He was in the comic books, but that was sort of introducing him to the greater public through these movies. And then you got Justice League Throne of Atlantis. That's the Atlantis one I was talking about. Then Batman versus Robin. That sort of introduced the Justice League. Batman Bad Blood. I think that had Batwoman in it. Justice League versus Teen Titans. Then Justice League Dark. Teen Titans The Judas Contract. Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. Now that's weird. I thought there was a Suicide Squad movie. Was there another one? Justice League, Wonder Woman Bloodlines, Batman Hush, Reign of the Superman, which I've actually got to see. I got to see Death of the Superman and Reign of the Superman. But there was a this has got King Copper Cobra or something in it. Tobias Whale with Deadshot. There was there was a movie with Killer Shark in it. It came way before this, didn't it? It was It was Suicide Squad. I know that. So it should be in line with the rest of these movies. So does that mean Suicide Squad came before or after this one? I heard Hush was bad. I heard Hush was really... Assault on Arkham. Okay, was that what it was called? Here, let me look it up. Suicide Squad. Assault on Arkham. And that was... released in 2014, but they don't include it. The film is set in the universe of Batman Arkham, the video game. No, hold on. Plot: Black Spider, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and Killer Frost, and King Shark. Okay, so this didn't take place in the universe, but it looked like it was made by the same production team. So that's weird. I've actually missed out on a bunch of those. I watched the Flash Paradox. It was like one of the last things I saw when I was watching a television, like actual television, like turn it on and watch sort of each individual channel. That was the last one I saw on Cartoon Network, and I actually really liked it. It was a good adaptation of just the comic book event. Audio issue, mic cracking. Okay, hold on. Hello. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Hold on, let me, okay. Yeah, I liked Flashpoint. What was I gonna say? I like Flashpoint. I want to see Reign of the Superman. I've seen a bunch of clips of that, and I think it's like a good story. I guess they never did. I guess they never did the story of where. What's the deal with Superman becoming the red and the blue? Like the two. Did he split in two and have electric powers, or? Huh. Have you guys ever had Finantial pasta before? It's good. Actually, no, I haven't. I have a pack of. I bought it. I bought some because they were just like giving it away at Walmart. Not literally. It was like on a rack somewhere. They had it near the milk, and I was like, oh, okay. I was trying to think of new interesting side dishes to make for Grandma. Because we were getting sick of like just having pot roasts and stuff like that. I have some in there. I need to cook it. It's maybe 2 years old, so I'll give it a shot. And now they've announced a Phantom Stranger short, an Adam Strange short, a Death in the Family short, and the Long Halloween. All right. I like those shorts. They had the Jonah Hex short, and then they had like a really good one of the Spectre, where like this it was about an effects guy, like like these special effects people. They put out a hit on this like really good special effects guy, and then the Spectre brings all of his creations to life to kill him. I never quite. The only other thing I've ever seen the Spectre in was the Batman Brave and the Bold episode, the one with Joe Chill, the one that pretty much just that got people to be like, oh yeah, that's right, we want another serious Batman again, instead of all this fun stuff. It's like, boo fun, we want dark again. They also made a short of Death with Sandman. I have not seen that one. Oh yeah, and they had that weird Green Arrow one, which I think was like maybe a backdoor pilot to the Young Justice show. So what's it? Oh, you've sent me a link. Okay, very good. It's on the Bloodlines DVD. Cool. Pardon me, I'm enjoying this very nice glass of iced tea. So yeah, I'm just kind of for the past couple weeks, I think I've been just slogging through these drawings because the pen has just been sort of not responding the way I want it to be. But hey, I finally got it's different. The plastic is much more. There's a rubbery grip to it that's more pronounced than on the old pen I have. And I don't know that whether or not it's because I've just used it so much and it's accumulated. You know, I've worn away the sort of grip feeling on it, or if just it's accumulated like grime or whatever. Actually, it shouldn't have accumulated anything because I have a glove to go over it when I draw. Okay, I need to show you this. This is the best joke in Moonbeam City. I don't think it'll catch. It's coming up, hopefully. She's trying to get him to confess to a murder. He murdered Dazzle's father. Okay, here it is. Watch this. Oh my God, look how much. That is like the best visual gag, with her having like like all her muscles are microphones, and just the tape is actually reeling. I lost it so hard during that. That's like one of the jokes that made me want to look into the Moonbeam series. It's just so many microphones. So yeah, I just had to do that. Again, that's one of the pitfalls of maybe recording the... You know what I need to do? I need to put a cover when I edit these videos together, because we're now operating... Someone asked how long it takes to make these videos. We are now moving at maybe double speed. So that's about maybe 2 hours. Yeah, like an hour for each character. I can usually kick out a sketch faster than that. But again, it's... Okay, how can I put this? We had this discussion a little bit earlier with... Or at least maybe a few weeks ago, with tablets and regular pencils. Or regular artwork stuff. And there was a... Pardon me, I'm just gonna... I don't know if you picked that up, but my hard of hearing grandmother is yelling over the phone at my hard of hearing uncle, and I'm also listening to the conversation. What was I going to say? Oh, there was a discussion about sort of the advantages of using a regular drawing tablet and then a monitor tablet, which is what I have. Now, one of the pitfalls of both of those, despite their advantage of, not needing any sort of actual physical materials, they of course need electricity, which is one thing. And if they go bad, they go really bad. Like worse than, like it actually feels worse than, you might as well break out the pencil and the paper. You can't undo what you're doing. Actually, yeah. How can I put this? It's more of a hindrance than it is. It's like taking damage from doing things. It just doesn't feel good, and it takes longer than it would if I were just drawing on a pen and paper. But when it works, it definitely works and feels good. I colored a Beth drawing that I did like maybe 5 years ago. I just downloaded it. It was a sketch, and I just like recolored it and just put it on Twitter just to sort of keep interest going. Let's see. Are we talking about bombshells? Let's see. My main memory of Young Justice was that the villains were all self-centered. I'm so better than you, dicks. The only thing I remember about Young Justice is I remember like the Injustice League episode with the the Joker, and they had that whole thing set up. But it was just like a cover for it was just a cover for like the actual like evil Justice League. They had the Injustice League, and then they had the Legion of Doom. That's what it was. They included both sort of in the run. Let's see. Bombshells. DC Bombshells. Isn't that just like... I mean, I know there's a comic book series, and it's like set in like, what, the 1920s or 30s? it's basically all the DC superhero girls as pinups, like the kind of girls that you paint on the side of bomber planes and stuff like that. I guess I haven't done any sort of animated show about them. Brett Spiner was such a bland Joker. You know what? I think he was fine. I think he was going for a more sinister kind of low-key one, Joker. I'm trying to think of, I think we can all agree that the worst Joker was the Joker that was in the Mortal Kombat crossover. The DC Mortal Kombat crossover, right? I mean, I think we can, put a pin in that. Because there he comes off as more annoying than anything. I gotta put a cover over. I gotta put a cover over these videos when I process it. Basically, what I do is when I get up, if I do a stream on Picardo, I'll show a video in the corner, and then I will take that footage and just piece it together, so that way it runs faster and smoother for when we do these art casts. But of course, I've got the footage in the corner, and it's kind of a little distracting. Ouch. Oh God, I forgot Jared Leto existed. Oh God, he's like actually the worst in real life, isn't he? Like with the condoms and dead rats and shit. No, you're right, Worms. Hamill wasn't in the DC versus MK. That was... I don't want to put him on blast, because I think I've seen them in stuff I actually like them in. I think they were just maybe miscast as the Joker. Oh, I also had to adopt sort of using vectors on some of this just to get the characters done and inked. Mm-hmm. Oh, Leto actually... Oh, that's right. Leto actually runs a cult now for some reason. Well, not for some reason. We know the reason. He runs a cult because he wanted to start a cult. Wow. That was a turn. What is he in? I'm not familiar with actually his main body of work. I know him as an actor, but I don't know. I never knew him before the Joker. American actor and songwriter. Okay. Early appearances. My So-Called Life, Into the Wild, Camped Wilder. Okay. Okay, so he was in Requiem for a Dream, Fight Club. Apparently he's going to be Morbius. Okay. American Psycho, fine. What is his filmography? God, he even looks like a nutter. Just his photo. Yeah, so Camp Wilder, My So-Called Life. This is his TV credits. Hollywood High. Beyond the Horizon and Great Wide Open. Okay, so that's his TV. Film. How to Make an American Quilt. The Last of the High Kings. Don't know that. Switchback. Wait, is Switchback the one with the killer pig? Or is that Razorback? I'm sorry. This is Dennis Quaid and Danny Glover. As a woman is killed while babysitting a young. Yeah, this is definitely not Razorback. God, that's dumb. It's like, oh no, a baby's killed. A woman's killed while babysitting. And then I go through like maybe 45 minutes of switchback and thinking, well, when does the giant pig show up? Urban Legend. I actually remember seeing trailers for that in high school. It's when I started to formulate, like, oh, this movie's crap, just from the trailer. Fight Club, Girl Interrupted, American Psycho, Requiem for a Dream, Sunset Strip, yada yada, Highway, Panic Room, Phone Booth, Lord of War, Lonely Hearts, Mr. Nobody. I guess this is when, yeah, and then Suicide Squad, and then Blade Runner. He was, I guess, the weird wackadoo, big mucky muck, who was making all the real doll, all the real dolls that could run around and be real dolls. Okay, close that out. Yeah. What's this? Nope. Yeah, I really like these characters. I mean, the pattern going down her dress is like really nice. Like, you came up with some really good characters, Cage Creature. Okay, I was gonna say, did it freeze for a second? Also, he was on Warlord. Was on or in? Yeah, he was the blind guy from Blade Runner. We sort of established that. Again, that's sort of a movie I've seen through osmosis. I haven't actually seen it, but it's one of those where people talk about it so much you pretty much already know the plot to it. Did you hear that Trolls 2 made more money for Universal than the original, basically streaming on demand, than the original one made in the theaters? Which, hey, I mean, people have been saying that you can make more money streaming than you can releasing movies in dingy old theaters and having people go out. And then, unless you really like the theater experience, and even then, people that really, really do like the theater experience, well, they'll go to something like the Alamo Drafthouse and do that. Oh, Thomas, I'm doing your characters? Hey, cool. Yeah, you just missed it where I was really complimenting you. I said these are some really, really nice designs. The snake girl looks actually naked without her little crescent moon sort of ethereal hard light horns there. I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, it looks off, but it's not done yet. You don't like artsy films. Well, oh yeah, I guess do they only show like those? I guess they wouldn't. The Alamo Draft. I guess they wouldn't show, like, if you wanted to see Trolls 2, you'd have to go to an AMC. Or is that one like already is that one already bankrupt? I don't know. One of them's going out of business. AMC or Harkins. I think it was AMC. Hey, James Works, how's it going? That's weird. I'm on the last episode, but... Oh, that's right. And then we started watching... This is a New Day. And we watched Invaders into the... not into... What is it called? The Florpus? Something or other. Well, I'm not going to get tagged. I was so worried when I heard Justin Roland's voice as Fudio. I was so worried. I was like, oh God, is he going to be all over this, doing all of his Rick and Morty voices? Which is fine if I'm watching Rick and Morty, which I actually have I've fallen off the cart. But like he's only got like maybe 2 voices and then 4 sort of variations on those voices when it like going deeper or going higher. But anyway, we're just starting to color these. Was this fully shaded, or was this just flat colored? No, it's shaded, I think. Come on, pop up. Oh, I was looking up Jared Leno. But yeah, speaking of streaming, it's like you have Nickelodeon shows that did they even premiere? Did they even show this on Nickelodeon? I don't know. I haven't been watching Nickelodeon, but did they like even bother to like air it, like as a Saturday movie or anything? And the beginning is basically just the beginning of the comics. What with Dib being a chair and all. No, they did not air it. They only showed the Hey Arnold movie. Okay, that's God, that's disappointing. It's like, what were they showing? Like another rerun of SpongeBob? Okay, my question is, theater versus streaming profit is how do they compare overall when rental and purchasing after the initial release? I don't know. I don't know how it would work. I assume because it was a children's movie. Because parents were most likely trying to find a way to, entertain their kids during the Backstreet Boys reunion. And I think that just like they were at Walmart, they had a stand, which was like really great for keeping hygiene clean, because what you did is you took a slip, you paid for it at the front, and I guess that was you entered a code, and that was your ticket to watching it, to streaming it. And I don't know how many times you got to stream it. This is an old business model. This isn't anything new. This is like pay-per-view. This is, I remember, my family was like really big on going to Blockbuster and movies and rentals and stuff like that. We went to Blockbuster, and then I started going to, God, I don't even know the name of it anymore. Hollywood Video, was that it? Yeah, Hollywood Video. Because our old neighborhood Hollywood Video, they still had VHSs. And they did so for like quite a while until they had to switch over entirely and then close down, of course. But like I said, I remember the first movie I saw on pay-per-view was Adam's Family Values. Or Adam's Family Values. Which, hey, I could have made a worse choice on pay-per-view. God, Wendy was cute. Not Wendy, pardon me, Wednesday. Settle down, Herney. But anyway, so I remember, yeah, you put in a code and you use your credit card or debit card. I imagine they didn't have such a thing as a debit card back then. I don't know. But you put in your information and it charges, and then you get to watch the show for like a couple hours. I think maybe you got a night's worth of a rental. They even did that with video games. I think Sega, like, they did a weird coax cable thing where you could rent video games for like maybe a couple days. But there was no way to save your progression. Yeah, it was just a weird time. And you've pretty much got that now. With streaming, with Netflix. The only reason to release a movie in the theaters now is to try and get it to qualify for the Oscars. Oscars? Or is it I always get those stupid things confused. Basically, awards. You want them to qualify for awards. Which, by the way, they are waiving now. The Academy is waiving that rule now because of the Backstreet Boys reunion, which is something that they could have done at any time, but of course want to do that for their Hollywood movies. Well, I mean, I did mention Wednesday Addams, so yeah, they did have debit cards in the mid-90s. I remember a scene of Dharma making fun of people who use them. Why would Daria make fun of people that use their debit cards? Why would I want to sit there and write a check? I make fun of people who write checks now. My mother still writes checks. And I say, you can just remember a 4-digit card number. And she says, no, I like it this way. My grandmother uses her debit card. Let's see. In the UK, we had Skybox, a pay-to-view channels to see movies before they were on video. Yeah, there was like a small period where on pay-per-view you got access to movies before they were put in like rental stores or even available for purchase. God, I remember you had Blockbuster exclusives, which were not available to buy or rent anywhere else except Blockbuster. But yeah, I don't know what... I mean, everything has value. And it just depends on if there is demand from people who want to pay for that sort of thing. And if you've got parents who are willing to, throw down, I don't know how much money. Actually, I didn't pay attention to it because I had my mind on other things, mainly the Backstreet Boys reunion. But if a parent wants to throw down $20 and then have the movie in their living room for like at least maybe 2 watchings, I don't know. I don't know how that works. If you can stop it because the phone rings and you have to deal with other things, or if you can watch it. Actually, you know what? Screw this. Let's actually look this up. Again, I have the entirety of the human knowledge at my fingertips. Trolls 2 how to it auto completes. Yeah, you can watch it for $20 on YouTube, $20 on Vudu, on Amazon Prime, and on Google Play. Now on demand. They've got articles on how to watch it. Wait a minute. Now you see. Now let's do a real live sort of. Let's see. Hold on a second. Now this is how I find some old cartoons. I go to that thing that Gumball made fun of. They basically showed the Watch Cartoon website on Gumball and said that, oh man, why are these kids using all these illegal sites? But I use this to find old cartoons, like really good versions of the Wuzzles and Gravesdale High. You know, things that people won't even care about. But I'm just wondering if they've already got. No, they don't. Wow. Let's see. Well, maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Hold on a second. Because if they already have it here, then the whole economic model falls apart. Or maybe not. Nope, they don't. Good. Good for them. Good for them. They decided to pull back on that. It showed a little, hold on, let me get back up here. Okay. You can watch it over and over again? Okay. Okay, see you, werewolf. You take care. But like I was saying, yeah, there's always a chance people will pirate the product, but there's always a chance of that. In fact, sometimes pirated stuff is better for the product. I don't know. I hear that, and I think it was sort of true because in college, everyone I knew was watching Family Guy. And I remember the original Family Guys, the DVDs being like maybe $50, $60 for the whole thing. And then there's some kids I call them kids now. Some of the college students didn't want to pay that out. And they were all telling me, oh, well, you could just use the torrents. And I was like, oh, wait, what are those? And it's like, oh, well, it's a way to download all your stuff. And I knew a guy who, like, bragged about, he said, yeah, I spent, like, the last couple hours downloading all the South Park episodes and stuff like that. And I said, well, okay. Don't know about that. But they say because that happens is because the word of mouth will actually, help the product. And eventually when a certain group does get disposable income, they will spend money on a higher quality version of the product. Like, I can probably find old episodes of The Simpsons online, but if I want like a really good, clean picture, I go and I buy a DVD set. They also say that promotes the consumption of the new material that you make. For example, if you want to see new episodes of South Park, again, this is back in college. South Park is crap now. But if you wanted to do that, then and you wanted to see new episodes of the show you just spent the whole night downloading, then you could do that on TV or on an actual streaming service, and then pay money into the system to get that out. And that's not anything new. That's like putting a tape recorder up to the radio whenever your favorite song comes on, or burning a mixtape for a bunch of your friends, or the special friend that you want to be more than a friend. Sharing the media is a way of people, building your brand, and then also having people want to buy into your product. At least that's a theory. And again, if you can, they say that they made more money from streaming than they have in the first 5 months of releasing Trolls in the theater. And again, if people can watch something in the comfort of their own home, instead of having to, like, even when it was available, sometimes people just don't want to get up and get out after a long day and go watch a movie that they may not like, and then have to commit to it. Again, I think it's the commitment, because I always used to hate going to the movie theaters, because if it was a bad movie that I was bored at, then I was sitting there until it was over. I never went to the movies alone. I always went with someone else. So I think it would have been rude if I just got up and been like, I'm gonna hang out, for a while. I think this is dumb. I did that once with, I had to leave. I had to leave during the ending of The Hobbit, or not The Hobbit, the last Lord of the Rings movie. I had to go to the bathroom. And then once I was out, I was like, it's probably over in about 2 minutes. I'm not going to go and fight my way back through and walk through during the ending. And then, of course, I sit out in the lobby for maybe about a good 10 minutes thinking, God, how long is this freaking movie? I walked out on the first ending. So I was like, okay, I think I know how this ends. Everybody's happy. The Bilbo, not Bilbo, what's his face? The kid from the faculty, he goes off and goes with the elves. Let's see. But anyway, yeah, again, that's just so weird. And I was like concerned. I was like, wow, why is this? What else was happening? Oh, here we go. I guess this is the final product. Wow, I've got like 10 minutes. I filled out 10 minutes of this video with this image. I guess I just slapped it together. But anyway, here's the final product. And I guess that's a good place to leave off, is my bladder sort of making me leave the last Lord of the Rings movie prematurely. Yes, Frodo, thank you. Sheesh. I like these characters. I think they're like really interesting. I like the design. I think the Chameleon is probably my favorite with the red and blue. But that Snake Lady is pretty cool too. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this Artcast.